Welcome to today's webinar. My name's Andrew Talbot from Custom Gateway, and I'm going to walk you through the different options on our personalization apps for displaying your products. Now, one of the things we get asked all the time is obviously all the different products that you can customize or personalize or provide on demand online, and that's increasing every day. There are literally tens of thousands of products that are now customized with our system. So there's no way really you can have one customization interface that will do everything. So what I'm going to do in a very brief whistle-stop tour is take you through all the different options that we can offer and show you the flexibility. We have a separate demo website, which I will be showing you, called Product Personalization Apps, which is productpersonalizationapps.com, which gives you a really good overview of all the different layouts that I'm going to show you quickly. So really after this webinar, if you go and look at product personalization apps, that will give you an even better understanding of the different things we can offer. So let's start at the beginning, and we call it ACP2, although we've just launched ACP3, which is identical to ACP2. We've just used an updated framework of the software. And that's our most full-featured app and our most flexible. Because as you can see here, it looks very plain and simple, but you can add your own CSS, which I'll show you a few examples of, to make it look like your own. And when we say full-featured, this is what we call the configuration behind it. So as we scroll down here, you can see all the different features available, right down to looking at the different tabs or buttons that there are and what order they appear in, whether to show prices, whether to load galleries, what files. There are literally well over 100 different configuration options. So the starting point is ACP2 or ACP3, which has every feature you could possibly imagine, and you can then add your own CSS. So let me give you an example. This is ACP2 without any CSS, and it's used for what we call here a pre-design. So someone's already got. So you can see this is pretty simple. We add in our name, we add in a number, and that's done. And then we've got, this is a 2D model. We can click there to get a 3D preview. We could add it to cart, or we can save it. So that's ACP2 used for a pre-design. If we then wanted ACP2, in this case, is a 3D model, so a pair of shoes, and we've got that with only a range of designs. So that's been held down, if you like, to a gallery. Then we've got ACP2 just on a flat with a straight photo upload. And you can see there all the different photo upload options we've got. So I'm just going to use the generic image. So let's just put a sky on there. And again, this is quite a clever one, as it's putting the image behind a mask on a 2D. And then we'll then look at the CSS. So that just gives you an idea just on ACP2 without doing an awful lot, some of the flexibility that you've got available. So if we then look at one called Garment 2, and if you see this presentation is available on our blog and can be emailed to you as well. If you just go for info@custom-gateway.co.uk. One of the features of Garment 2, as it says, is easy color change, so you can see on the left-hand side. And it's designed, as the name suggests, especially for clothing. So if I go and show you Garment 2, as you flick on the different colors, it changes the colors. We've included one of the options here, dynamic price calculation. So as you add information to it or upload images, you'll find that the price will auto-calculate based on those different variables. But here's almost all of our layouts now have CSS. So this is garment 2, this layout, with CSS to make it look like a particular website. So CSS is a way where you can take one of our standard apps and make it your own. We also do custom apps, which you can see also on our product personalization apps page, where you can look at the different examples of CSS and look at the different bespoke apps. So that's obviously your starting point if you're researching what app's going to work best for your product. So let's flick through a couple of the other options. This is one we call Basic, and it's got a fairly simple but clean and modern interface. And it's very easy to change the colors. Without any CSS skills, you can change the color of the button there. So that's one for very quick working, nice modern interface. Then, as the name suggests, and we try and be descriptive with our names, Digital is designed for multiple pages and web to print. So the idea behind Digital is on the left-hand side of the screen here, we've got a calendar, which is a 12-page product. And as you click on those, it will bring up a new page and allow you to work on that page. So it's a very easy layout for managing multiple pages. Ceres is a new one, and we call that a full screen customizer. So if we take a look at Ceres now, here's an example. And it's designed really just to be really fast and easy and intuitive to use. So, you know, as we add things on there, as we tick that, it then puts on there. And the interesting one about Ceres is we've got what we call inline editing on it. So when you click on the field, instead of having your tools on the right or left or whatever, the tools are actually around the text box. So, you know, the resizing, the plussing, the minusing, the deleting. So it's quite an interesting style. You know, it's horses for courses. Different people prefer different things. I always say really that the customizer should fit the product and people should be able to use it intuitively without too much help text. So it's a matter of you thinking about that. We can always give advice on what's the best customizer for your particular product. So Ceres is designed really for full screen for most products, so it can have its own bespoke header on it. Because the idea with a customizer, perhaps nowadays, is when someone's customizing, you don't want them with the distraction of the website admin. So they go, navigation. So you don't want them to be able to easily click off. When they're in the customizer, you want them to stay in the customizer. So Proof is an interesting one, really for the B2B marketplace. The idea is that you take people through a stepped process. So step 1, add your image. Step 2, do you want to add any text? Step 3, do you want to change the color? Step 4, are you going to sign it off? So it's a nice logical process. Slightly less flexibility, but good for the B2B environment. Print on demand, as the name suggests. There's a lot of products now where you don't want people to necessarily change them, but there are options like size or color. And our app creates thousands of print on demand, or our CPP system, at once. And then you can use the same app. So it doesn't allow the customization, but allows you to order the print on demand. So the app's locked down for doing that. You can also use print on demand without an app, just with it working in the background on the server. So that's another, No preview is an interesting one. The reason we introduced no preview was it takes a while sometimes to set up preview images, and sometimes people just want to upload a spreadsheet and say, I want to take orders. So you can add thousands of products to our system at one go using the no preview app. But the idea is we've made the no preview app the same size as the preview app, so that when you did upgrade a product to it, there'd be no upgrades to your website if you wanted to add the preview. So it's a nice feature really for helping you evolve your website when you've got thousands of products and not all of them are available in preview. Although it is worth pointing out, we've got about 50,000 you can have within our database now. Greetings card. similar concept to digital print, but it's got thumbnails instead of tabs on the left-hand side, and it's bespokely been created for the greetings card market. Clearly, that's a huge personalisation market with people like Moonpig dominating, but it's an easy way of putting greetings cards. We've also got greetings card content for those of you that wanted content to add as well. 3-column. As I say, it's designed to be a full width layout, really, this one. And designed really for when people want to do a full customization job rather than a pre-design or a print on demand. But again, I'm showing you all of these because these are all standards that we've got within our system that you can use. Pluto is a new one, and it's got inline. So most of our apps are HTML5. This is just HTML. So the beauty of this one, though, is it's very, very fast. It's the fastest app of all. It loads in a second. And it's also got inline editor. So a bit like the Ceres one, when you click on it, you edit the data on the screen rather than in a text box. So quite a useful new one. Photo prints, as the name perhaps suggests. This is designed for the photo market. So there's still a good market out there for people uploading photo prints. And again, this is a very fast app where it can take hundreds of prints from a PC straight onto the browser pretty much instantly, and then allows you to edit the print within the browser or just order the digital print. This is a new one called Nameplate, which was designed for the sign industry, designed for a particular customer, but they wanted to share it with everybody else so that you can all use their products if you wish. And again, it's got a step 1, step 2. It allows you to add motifs. So it's a nicely put together stage thing for creating signs. Mobile. Some of our layouts are responsive, not all of them, because obviously some of them are very complex, so they're designed for particular jobs. But this one is designed solely for mobile. So there are 2 approaches. You could either use an app like Ceres or ACP2 with some CSS and be responsive, or you could say, when the personalization in app is called by a mobile device, deploy the mobile link. So it's possible to use 2 customization apps for the same product. And mobile, as it suggests, is very simple and perfectly designed for a mobile interface. This is a special derivative of ACP2 called ACP2 Books. And you can see on the bottom right, it's got the pages thing, so you can flip through the pages. So this is designed for, on digital, you had sort of 12 pages for a calendar. This book's got 24 pages. So it's kind of a bit big to use on digital. So it lends itself nicely to this book style layout. Wallpaper, an increasingly interesting market now for higher value personalization. So we designed an app specially for wallpaper because obviously people want to come along and put in the size of the wall before they start. And then it's about aspect ratio. So this is particularly designed for selling wallpaper. Selector's quite a nice app. It's, as the name suggests, designed when you've maybe got a choice of 5 core products or 10 core products, and you want people to choose the product as part of the personalization process. We can add product selector tabs to some of the other apps, but this app is particularly designed for product selection as well. Embroidery is quite a nice new one. This has got both dynamic pricing and auto digitization. So it'll preview the digitization on the screen, create the digitization file, which in some cases can be used directly by the digitizer, and also do the pricing, working out the number of stitches and what you're going to charge. So it's a specialist app for B2B, but becoming an increasingly popular one. Bespoke sizes, another interesting one, a bit like wallpaper, but designed really so you can have a range of different substrates. So the idea behind this one is you could be a sign, or it's maybe we mainly sign, but it could be anything really, where a bespoke size is needed. And that's the end of the different app options. So hopefully you found that a good overview of the different options that are available. In this short webinar, I couldn't really give you everything you need to know about it, but hopefully I've given you a wide enough presentation. And if you go to, well, you can go to our custom gateway website and click on the link at the bottom, or go direct to productpersonalizationapps.com, and you'll literally have hundreds of different examples of all these different layouts. And we also do it so you can look at it by different types of product, or even different technical aspects. So the one thing that we think we've got at Custom Gateway is we've got more options off the shelf to customize products than anybody else on the planet. So thank you for listening, and we look forward to speaking to you at some time in the future.